pretty much impossible to go a day on the planet without aluminum. But even though we use it all the time, this super metal still has its secrets. Aluminum surrounds us. It's even in us. A typical adult takes in 30 to 50 milligrams of aluminum every day from our food and drinks. Not that it's nutritional, it's just impossible to avoid. Aluminum is the most common metal in the world. In fact, it makes up 8% of the planet's crust. But that doesn't mean it's easy to find, at least not in its pure state. Unlike gold and silver, it doesn't exist as raw nuggets or rich veins. No miner has ever panned for aluminum.
We don't find aluminum in its free form, but it just doesn't look like aluminum.
That's because aluminum has a long-running atomic love affair with oxygen. It just can't live without it. And oxygen is the third most common element in the world. That means that without some serious energy to stop it, aluminum automatically bonds with oxygen to form aluminum oxide instead of staying in its pure form. So when you go looking for aluminum, you're pretty much looking for mud, or at least clay. In fact, aluminum's first recorded use was by ancient Middle Eastern potters who used clay, laden with aluminum oxide to strengthen their pottery.
It's been around forever. 5500 BC, they talked about the metal from clay, but there was no process that you could get the quantities that would make it feasible.
In other words, it was just clay, not metal. But it wasn't until 1807 that British chemist Humphrey Davy first identified a metal base to the salt called alum. While identifying it was the easy part, isolating the metal proved to be the real challenge. It took almost another 20 years before anyone actually did it. But the process was so difficult and expensive that it kept aluminum more valuable than gold until the beginning of the 20th century.